Hello YouTube, this is BardicMonk, and today we're going to be taking a look at a little project of mine that has been taking me like a month and a half to get through. And it's been a labor of love, and I want to share how to do it. I am working on making cards. So if you want to know how to make cards that are relatively professional looking, then this would be the video for you. There are a bunch of videos for how to create cards on a like Photoshop adjacent program, and then like how to how to use like a program online to like generate cards and stuff like that, and then you'll get them sent to a shop to then get them to print it and then ship it back to you. Those shops usually make like proxies and stuff like that, but for me, I part of the draw for making new things for me is the actual creation aspect of it, and the more that I could do, the better it is for me. So I will be making cards. I will be making playing cards. These are typical playing cards that are for like board games. So the production value is going to be relatively like this, maybe a little bit stiffer, but overall you should be able to play with these cards and not notice a difference too much, so long as you have like an actual backing for them. Um, so without further ado, let me show you what I've made. We have these, and these are real cards. Well, I guess all cards are real cards, but you know what I mean. These are legitimate cards, and pretty much they will bend, and they won't get messed up or anything like that. This one, this one right here, this one's a little different in that this is one of my print and play cards, where it's just a little darker. It's probably a little chunkier, so that's something that I'm just gonna have to I'm just gonna have to work with. This is a regular card on top of this one, and it's just like millimeters off, but it still fits in one of these sleeves, so there shouldn't be an issue um, when you're playing with them. There's a little bit of like smushing that you got to do, not for into the sleeves. This is not going to be like low quality cards, but like how these cards have like all this wiggle room. Um, these ones kind of, at least I might have to resize them later, but this last run that I did before is just like a snug fit. But if you put them all together, there's not like a noticeable difference in like the thickness too much. When you're playing, you should be able to just play without having to worry about like, oh, this is the custom card. I know it. Again, with a backing, you should be able to tell the difference. So this is going to cover after you've already printed them, whether at home or at some shop that provides printing services. Um, as soon as you get everything printed out, then you can come back to this video and then start working with me on this. What do you need? All right, to cut to the chase, things that you're going to need are paper. You're going to need cutters of various sorts. Um, what I have, I'll go into the paper in a minute. Sorry. Um, what I have is a straight cutter here. This has been working fine for cutting any of the cards exactly how I need. I have this roller that I've been using for just long cuts across. So pretty much how I'm using these are, this is to just like cut broadly like the white parts off of this, and then I'll use a combination of this and this in order to cut the actual like rows out. And then if you were trying to be very precise, you could use the ruler as well for this, but for some people, maybe you just want a pair of scissors because they work fine too. So you'll just cut these out and you'll be fine. Um, and now, oh, the paper itself, the importance of what we're trying to do here is as follows. This is going to be my little rant real quick about this. If you're looking for paper or if you're looking to make cards, if all you're trying to do is just make just a proxy for whatever it is that we're working on, and you think it's fine, just cut these out however you need to with these tools, and then just sleeve that piece of paper over another card, even if it's just like a playing card, like a regular bicycle playing card. Just that'd be the easiest solution to all this, honestly. So I think that would just be the end of the video for you if you just need that information, because you don't need it to be professional. But if you are trying to get it to be a little bit more professional than just putting a piece of paper over another card, then I would recommend either getting a 67-pound cardstock. This one works very well. I didn't really have any problems with the finish for this. Again, you're just going to want to select like a backing, I guess, is really what you want. Whether you want to use a different card for regular paper, if you want a kind of medium of like, um, you can eventually, I feel like the wear and tear of shuffling and all that stuff is going to really mess with the card on 67 pounds, is the reason why I upgraded from here. But I think this would work perfectly fine for most people, and it's a lot cheaper than the 110-pound one, which I'm about to show you. So this is premium paper. This is 110-pound paper, and the poundage for these, if you don't know, if you're just watching this and like, what is he talking about? The poundage is the thickness of the paper. Um, so I don't know what pound. This is probably a pound of paper, and then the 67 pounds are just like a little thicker, and then 110 pounds feel uh, like a real card. Like they just cut these out of probably 110-pound papers and sold them on Amazon as blank cards. So um, I would recommend getting the 110 if you're trying to get like the most realistic kind of cards for your buck. So that's pretty much everything you need except for I guess here. This is going to be a spray glue. Um, the way that this works is you have a piece of paper and you have your backing, and you're going to spray the backing and then attach the paper, and then you're going to cut it from there. So this paper is, not this paper, the spray is a 3M Super 77 CA spray adhesive, and this has worked extremely well for my last couple of test prints, and it's a little, well, if you need to know everything about this, the strength is medium and the speed is fast. This has been working very well for me, and with the 3 test prints that I've been doing, there's still a lot of the glue in here. So I'd recommend this. This you get a lot of glue for your buck, and I think it just goes well. So, all right, with all that out of the way, if anybody's wondering, this is not a tool. This is just one of the for grip. This is fine. You don't need that. So next, we're going to go into how to prep your papers in order to stick them together. So see you there. So the first step of this is going to take place after you have printed out a 3x3 set, or however you're going to set them up, like the fronts of your cards. The way that I am doing this for this video, I have regular paper printed with a very nice printer. I have just the card fronts and their designs on regular paper, and the card backs on the thick cardstock. Now, these are closer to red than they are yellow. I will go into my gripes on what I've done so far, and how I would change it. Just for the difference right here, you can see that this is way darker than it should be. But because I'm playing with like dragon shields, or a matte, not a matte, an actual sleeve that's not going to be showing me the backs, I think this is good enough for right now. And if this ends up not being so, that's fine. I would recommend doing these one at a time at first. Like if you are going to undertake this for Doctor Strange, okay? If you're going to do this for Doctor Strange, do one sheet of the fronts and one sheet of the backs. Do this with these. I would probably get like 2 prints of this, 2 prints of this, and then just work through this video, find the process that works for you, and then start working on the rest of the cards. So part of my process is just doing it that way, as well as making these in pairs. I'm designing these to match the fronts. So this is set one along with set one, so I know that these match together. And later pages, if you have things that are mixed up for whatever reason, like I have more Nemesis cards, so these are like yellow back cards. Then you have the hero who's double sided, and then you have the like the hero cards. So the way that that's going to change, you want these to all match. So how I'm doing it is making these numbers and then I'm having them match here. So when I flip this over, the villain cards are going to be on the left. Yep. And then the friends are going to be on the right, and in the center is going to be the hero. And that's how I've planned these out. So knowing about the pre-production and planning, that's fine. If anybody needs that video, please let me know. But this is just for creating these cards. So how I'm going to start this off is I'm going to cut off the white on these sides, just these three. These specifically, this pencil. Yeah, I'll show you. I'm going to get rid of these three sides. And the reason why is because I'm not sure if these are going, like, when they're going through a printer, how they're getting adjusted. I am not aligning these to the bottom of each page and then just hoping that they match together at the top. The more that you can make sure that these are matching perfectly, the better. I think the best way to do that would be to cut these three sides off and then actually use the tops of both pages um, as like the determination of like how well they're printed together. So then you would only have to like stick these together, make sure that these three sides are matching perfectly, and then you'll just have to slice off the bottom here, and then you can just start working from there. So that's going to be what we're doing, and I'm just going to have like a real quick, like, I guess, sped up version of this if I'm not talking over this. So that's the process. Here we go. A little quick hack that I have here. I am very, very surprised. My other test runs have been very, very ridiculous um, on like cut quality, and it's been because I'm not sure how to like align these cuts. What I just did before this project was I have replaced this cutter to make sure that it's ready for this project specifically. And what I ended up doing was getting where are you a permanent marker, and drew I just lined it up, and now I'm aligning everything to this line to the side. So you can see that there's actually a split here. So this line on the right is what I'm using, and it's just better if you've marked it out. So using that, I was able to get probably my cleanest cuts ever for any of these projects. I thoroughly recommend doing that. Now let's see me screw up the backs. Here we go. Okay. Next little hint that I would do is just like I marked before on this side. Just mark the parts that you're trying to cut, so you prevent yourself from accidentally cutting the wrong side. If you mark it the same way as I do, like if you have put like the numbers at the bottom, that should be fine so long as you know that both numbers are supposed to be still visible. Um, that's okay. And If not, then I would just mark it myself, just X X, and then another one here. Then now these should be matching perfectly. So I'm going to do just one sheet of paper for this video, just to make sure that it's actually working, and then we will find out how I need to improve this for the next cut. If this is a good, I'm pretty sure this should be fine, but I just want to double check for my sanity, because if I record this whole thing, if I record this whole thing and then at the end of it I'm like, bro, I messed it all up. What's the point of this video? So, and it's been my luck for recording everything so far. So please bear with me, and we will be back after I have used this next step. Sorry, I'm going to spray one side of this with the 77 CA, and I am then going to apply one side to the other. I am back. In not optimal conditions, I was able to do this correctly. Seems like. Um, Maybe not. But really. So, able to match these, and we'll see exactly how these turn out when they dry. Okay, so I am going to cut this real quick, and I'm using the ruler and the roller together, and we will see exactly how this turns out. Okay, so we have finished cutting the cards out, and they are relatively good. Right now, they need some more time to dry, and I also want to make sure that this actually finishes correctly. So, something I did not mention earlier that you should probably get, I get these at the dollar store, but check this out. Okay, I have two bits of wood that I have marked out and out, so that these are the insides, and I'm going to put these cards here so I can squeeze them together, make sure that they are fine. And I've also purchased a, you'll see how manly I am because I'm calling these squeezers. Um, yeah, I bought this also at a dollar store. Um, and pretty much I'm just going to use this to flatten these cards because as they stand, they might dry a little thicker than normal cards, possibly. So what I'm trying to do right now is to limit the amount of like strangeness that we're going to bump into when we're making these cards. So I have these two set together. I'm going to sandwich the cards in between them, right? And then I'm going to squeeze the hell out of them as much as I can because I don't think, or I don't believe that there is too much squeezing here for this practice. And we're going to let this sit. Okay, so we're going to let this sit exactly like this over here for probably like an hour, just to make sure that it's fully dried and that they're together. Okay, it's been an hour since I last looked at this, so we're going to see how this turned out right now. And I'm hoping that they just dried perfectly and there's nothing wrong with these, but we'll see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they're not stuck together. That's better than I was expecting right now. So this is possible. I'm not dousing the paper with the spray can. I'm just doing like down the paper, and then so long as it's like got the very top and the very bottom, that middle part should be okay. Um, and then I just stuck the two papers together, and then now it's pretty much we are getting to the point where it's almost kind of done. I have to introduce yet another new tool because I forgot to bring out everything. I'm sorry. We will have a new tool right now, but this is how you round the edges for like a real card. Um, and before that, we're gonna have to touch up the sizing of these. So I'm gonna get that other tool, and then we'll come back to cut these cards to size. So the next tool that I have for you is a rounding tool for like rounding edges for cards. This is the Kadomaru Pro, um, and pretty much it's made for rounding corners for like when you have a 90-degree angle, just round that corner. Um, there are three. I don't know if there's an angle that I could. Oh, right. So we have large, medium, and small. For these cards, we use the small side, and pretty much this acts like a hole puncher. You're just gonna put the card in there, and then once you get that card into the right angle, you'll just cut that. I'm going to explain something real quick before I get into this next step. I should hold off. Yeah, okay. This is all fine. This is pretty thick, but the cards that we just made are slightly thinner. Yes. Ah, perfect. Okay. I'm not sure if you can really tell. Oh boy, this is asking for a lot from this camera, but um, the width of this new card is so much better than the width of the old one because this old one was two pieces of paper on either side of the cardstock, and it made a really tough card. And so you can tell from like the feel that this is a little thicker. But now, if you just do printing on the cardstock for the backs, because they won't matter too much, and they'll give you the strength that you need, and then you have this. Oh man, this is like great. I'm wondering if there's like a finish that you could spray onto here that would make it actually better. But for right now, this is perfect. So the way that I have told you to do it so far, this should work perfectly fine for what we need. And I am going to just real quick check the edges of the rest of the cards that we have. Because I feel like I misaligned the two pages, and there might be some bleed on one card for like the back of the other side. So I'm just gonna look for that real quick, and then uh, I'll come back with the actual using this edging tool. Okay, I'm back, and there's only two cards that I kind of see the problems with. So what you're looking at here, if I can get this to focus, there is a white trim, right here, and I'm just going to get rid of that because the rest of this cut is looking nice. So I'm just going to use this cutter to just take off the small edge of white that we have. This last step is going to be rounding the corners. So far we have everything sized correctly. I should probably double check that. This is part of the quality checking. Say this is a little snug. Probably going to take just a tiny bit off the side for this one. Yeah. Something about these cards just feels a little too thick, so. I mean, if it fits well enough, doesn't matter. I'm sticking with the gimmick right now. I'm trying to find a good balance on this. And it's something I bumped into online. I'm pretty sure is widespread enough. Where it's like, I think it's make it exist first. Make it good later. I think I think this is fine. I really do think that this is fine right now for just like the quality that we're looking for. Because it's just enough to annoy me, maybe, off the edge. I'm about to break. So, come on. That's more than the other ones, but still good allowance on that. And should fit perfectly fine. We are good. We are golden on this. So now I'm going to cut to the next part. Okay, the last bit that we need is the cutter. Again, there are three settings on this. There's the small, medium, and the large on here. Now looking at this is going to be large, yeah, small, medium, and large. And we're going to be working on the small. And what we're doing is we're rounding these edges on the side. So right now they're perfectly square, right? Right now these are perfectly square, and I'm trying to round any of these edges. So I'm just putting this card into this slot. I'm making sure that um, it's fitting into these straight lines right here. Yeah, just make sure that's hitting it snug, and then I'm cutting, and then we have a rounded edge. So just a rounded edge. I'm not sure if it's going to show. There you go. So yeah, I'm just going to do that for all these cards, and then I'll come back. But that should be pretty much the last step. Yeah. I don't finish these further. They're going to be in dragon shields. So sleeves in general, they don't have to be dragon shields, but if you put them in sleeves, you're not going to have to worry about touching them or anything like that. So I don't see the point in finishing them. And I'm also always worried that any further matte like varnishes or anything like that is going to become sticky. I don't know what happens, but sometimes I'll finish uh, miniatures and then do like a varnish, and then they'll come out just sticky for some reason. So that's the reason why I'm not doing that. But here we go. Okay, so now we have this set of cards that are all rounded. They all look correct, and I'm really happy with how they came out. Yeah, just in general, this should work. Exactly what I told you. I don't think these are too thick to like. I don't. I guess I could do it with this now. So these are the new cards that we just made together. I thought I saw something. Okay, and this is the old card that I have that I thought I was gonna make with you. It turns out doing it this way is a lot better. It's here. It's not that big of a difference, honestly. It's not what I thought it was. So these are all split. It's just there. That would be the difference right there. It's minimal. It's a minimal difference between these. I guess the real test would be like normal cards versus one of these. Immediately, it's the size. That's the big issue. The size is an issue because these are sandwiching. These are sandwiching, but they are obviously smaller than the actual. Sorry, the actual cards are smaller than the ones that I just made. So I'm gonna have to, for future cards, I'm gonna have to resize these to be closer to um, what's publicly available, um, which isn't too bad. This is not the worst problem to have, honestly. And I'm going to show you everything sleeved real quick, and then we can reconvene on how this all looks finished. Yeah, so this is everything finished. I keep doing that, like, just to see how it feels compared to like a normal card. And for the most part, like, you can feel just the tiniest difference when you're trying to end these, because these aren't really pushing back, I guess. Yeah, these all work. Everything's fine. So exactly what I just showed you. This is what you need in order to make a finished print and play card. Um, for anybody who's looking for a good starting point, again, there are print and play files. You can find them on Hall of Heroes, as well as the actual site for Fantasy Flight Games. I know it's on there somewhere. You can just Google it and it'll show up. I am very, very pleased with this. Um, yeah, everything is coming out exactly how I want it. And if you're creating your own cards from scratch as well, I think the only time you ever see the dish, or the platter is what I'm calling it, um, the only time you ever see the platter that covers the boost icons, because they normally don't have that, is when it's over art. Whenever it's over art, they want to do a platter over it just to make sure that it separates from the art, just in case. Um, but yeah, these cards, great. I can't, I can't wait to add them to the collection now. So I will probably have a video of me playing with a collection of, like, I'm gonna remake the Doctor Strange cards. This was my previous set of trying to create them to see how well they are. Yeah, I'll probably come back to see how well the cards feel in hand. Always double check your work, triple check your work, um, because man, it's a way better yellow what I ended up with. Have to color correct to like the original cards if I can, but anyway, um, yeah, man, this is great. I like it. Just double check your work. Again, like when I did my original run of these, I didn't double check, and I have spell mattery instead of mastery. Um, I, for the most part, just got like close enough fonts, and it's been long enough that people have sussed out what the actual fonts are for the cards. So, while both of these look legit, um, fairly similar, I don't think it's actually that big of a difference. But the Ronin is officially from Fancy Flight, and then my recreation of Baron is all original files. Even the art, I recreated the. Oh my gosh! Please focus. Um, I even redid the art exactly how they did it for Baron Mordo because I couldn't find a better art than what they have for him. So I ended up recreating him completely, and it looks the same. It's cool. I'm really happy everything turned out the way it did, and I can't wait to play with these. Hello YouTube, this is Future BardicMonk here, and I just wanted to get this off my chest at the end of the video. I did record this in the video before, but I just cut it because I didn't like how it was coming out. And really what I'm trying to just tell you is that please don't do anything bad with these steps, I guess, as far as like trying to sell off card packs as if they're the real thing. Um, please don't do that. Um, just I'm providing this video as a solution to a problem that I'm having right now, where it's like I really want to get Doctor Strange, but I don't want to spend a $230 bonus like fee because I came in late. I don't think that's fair. And at the end of the day, I am playing this game solo most of the time, and I don't think that the people who see the cards being played on the table when I do play with other people are going to care. Um, just whenever they ask a question, I'll be like, no, I had to make it because I wasn't going to spend $300 on a stupid character that like I don't understand. I really don't understand that. So all I'm asking right now is just please use this to make the cards to complete your collection. Please use this to change the art for certain cards if you just want different art. That's fine. Making custom content or printing custom content, 100% go and do this. That's fine. But please don't use this to take advantage of people. That's all I ask. I can't stop you. I know that the internet is the internet, but at the end of the day, I'm just asking to provide a solution to a problem and that you don't use that solution for ill-gotten gains or to, take advantage of people. So with that out of the way, I can finally say thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, the rest of your night, and I hope um, I hope that everything positive comes your way.